So it was just starting to get nice out again, and it looked like it might be mudding weather in a couple of days, or at least last week that's what it was looking like. And then, yeah, this morning, or last night while I was at work, this happened. So it snowed again, so that's just wonderful, because now people are going to forget how to drive again, because apparently, well, that happens every year in Canada. So I'm going to get in from the cold because I just finished sweeping my driveway here. Yes, I did say sweeping because I actually found out that sweeping takes about 30 minutes less than shoveling, so it's much easier to just sweep the driveway. Anyway, you guys won't see this till Thursday, but there should be more content. I'm going to try to do a compilation in this video of some cool photos of a spot just across the river. I've already done it in a previous vlog, so I'll try to do that. And yeah, hopefully it clears up a little bit more by tomorrow because I have to stop and get gas. I just don't like doing it when it's so cold out. But I'm only at a quarter of a tank, so it has to be done. And I would say that's pretty much it. I'm going to do a little tour tomorrow morning, so I'll fill up the tank and get that done. And that's it. That's the weather update for this vlog. So this Hope Wall has been a very popular spot amongst my a couple of my friends on Instagram. So I decided that it was my turn to do the Hope Wall. I don't know how well you guys can see this here, but somebody's graffitied Hope onto the wall. There will be a few photos up on my Instagram, so you can go take a look at those. And yeah, I'm actually back at the dam, and you would not believe how steamy it is right now. Like, look at this. Look at the steam. I don't know how well the moonlight will show that, but it should be pretty okay. The moon is still out. Nice night tonight. It's actually not too bad. Like, it's cold, but it's not like overbearingly cold, so that's good. I told you guys I would bring you guys a vlog, so I thought I would just do like a shoot of the Hope Wall on Instagram and then kind of bring this. I don't know how close I am to finishing the Punisher, so maybe I'll finish that this morning and then kind of do like this as the intro and do a like vlog / review again type thing like I did before, because that seems to work when I don't really have quite enough content to bother just bringing you guys just a vlog. It's hard. Like, my last few days I've been sleeping really weirdly, so I don't know what's going on. Just probably been stressed out with work and stuff. It's just, yeah, it's stressing me out because I'm worrying too much about certain things, and I need to not do that to myself, because everything will go the way it's supposed to, or at least that's my hope. So that's why I came here, to take pictures. So I will see you guys later, and I'll actually go over the winners in this vlog of polls, and you're going to see a new me in a little bit, but I'm not going to say why until I get home. So I will see you guys in a second. So I actually wanted to mention the surprise that I was going to say earlier. There was a poll up on Instagram. Actually, I was going to kind of do this beforehand anyway, but I just needed the extra motivation to go and get it done. So I'm going to get an inch taken off of my mop, or hair, whatever you would like to call it. And tomorrow I will be bringing you guys a review of Logan. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm also going to do a review of the film in black and white as well, sometime on the weekend. And then for Friday, I'm going to try to bring you guys another vlog, and I'm going to do a review of Hellride. And you guys, or some people voted on my Instagram for these two movies, and by the end of the night when I got home, the poll was 50-50, so I'm going to be doing a review of both of those on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. And I also have a new poll up for you guys to go vote for. It's currently at 50-50, but it might change by the time I wake up. So I'm going to be doing, probably, I might end up actually doing both of those as well. So there's a lot to come this weekend. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the Brookie video, but I am going to bring you guys a tour of Marysville, and so there should be a longer vlog for Saturday. Sorry, I'm trying to think here. Anyway, 2018 is going much better. I'm actually sticking with what I want to be doing, and I actually cleaned the apartment quite a bit last week, and I'm going to finish cleaning it up this weekend and finally get my gaming system set up, hopefully, or at least get the cleaning done just so I can have everything arranged the way I want it and get them in the next weekend for you guys, because I want to start doing gaming content as well, and that way I can vlog and do a couple of the DIY videos that I want to do. But I've got to talk to some people about the shelving units that I want to put in so I can bring all my stuff here and get that set up for you guys. So that is what's coming in the near future, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. I'm still trying to finish The Punisher because I want to add a little bit of a review on this video as well of The Punisher, so I'm going to do that for you guys today. So crossing my fingers that I actually wake up today properly and am able to do that as well. So just before we get into today's video, I'm terribly sorry. I was actually hoping to get this video to you guys on Wednesday, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. And I meant to do this yesterday, but I was really busy yesterday and then went out for birthday drinks with a friend, so I wasn't able to get this uploaded. So I will do that today, and then I will do these two movies tonight and get those reviews up for Sunday, and then Monday I will do this one, and then Tuesday's winner was Pacific Rim, and I had Doom won for Wednesday, so Godzilla is still a losing movie right now, unfortunately. So that's that. Actually, Doom won for Thursday, sorry. Thursday, because I'm going to do the review of the Logan Noir, so the black and white version of Logan that day. Unfortunately, it's been a busy day. I was cutting wood this morning, and I wanted to get the tour in Marysville done, but I had to get to Great Canadian Oil Change before they closed at 4 to get my oil, diff, and transmission fluid all done. So I got that done, so that expense is out of the way now, and yeah, I can focus more on the videos again. And that's pretty much it. Let's just roll the intro and then get into the review of The Punisher television show. So I just finished watching, I guess it was yesterday, I guess. I finished watching The Punisher at some point in time, I think. Yeah. Finally finished the final episode. It was an awesome show. I would give it a 5 out of 5. Definitely go back and watch Daredevil first, because that's when you're first introduced to the Punisher. And it doesn't really give you the backstory yet. You just know that he's after the people who killed his family. You don't really know. You know where they were killed, but you don't know how they were killed and how deep it actually goes. But the Punisher is ex-military, I would say, because he's resigned from the military. Anyway, he had to go do a private project. I can't remember the name of it. If I can think of it, I'll do it. I'll name it later on in this review. Cerberus, Project Cerberus, which was to take out high-valued targets. Basically, it was an assassination mission, private assassination mission done by the CIA to take out high-value targets, but it was never recorded in the military records or CIA records or Homeland Security, nothing. Anyway, when he comes back home from the war, the people they're after him, and they end up killing his family, and he lives and seeks vengeance on all of them. But we're originally introduced to him in Daredevil, and I wasn't sure how John Bernthal would do as the Punisher, but he does a really great job. Definitely the Punisher side of things is a lot more brutal than the old Punisher, I would say. It's kind of like a mix between Thomas Jane's Punisher and Punisher Warzone. If you've seen both those movies, you would kind of know what I was talking about. He's got like the whole vengeance side down, but like he's also like bloodthirsty, out to kill, just to... He doesn't want anybody left alive that has done him wrong, basically. The show opens with him working at a construction site, and these guys who tell him to stay out of their way, and then they find out that he's actually ex-military, and the one kid on the job site decides to go with them one night when they're robbing somebody, and he ends up killing all three of the guys because they try to drown the kid in cement, and then he goes to the place where they just robbed and ends up and kills all those guys as well, so that all the tracks are covered and they can't find out who actually stole the money. And he gives the money to the kid and says, leave town. Then it kind of gets more into like the story of him and his PTSD and his hallucinations, and it tells the story more of how he goes more into Project Cerberus overseas and how he protected the people that he ends up killing when he comes back overseas, because it ends up the people he protected were the ones who were after him this whole time. And his best friend overseas, geez, what was his name? I'm trying to think of all the names here. I know that I just always call him the Punisher, so it's so hard. But his best friend's name was Bill something. Bill something. Anyway, we'll just go with Bill. His best friend's name was Bill, and he ends up finding out that his best friend knew about the hit that was supposed to be on him at the park so many years, or I guess it was 2 years ago or something like that, that ended up killing his family. So anyway, eventually his friend Bill goes after him, and I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the actual Punisher's name right now. It's really bugging me because I don't know why I can't think of it. Oh, Frank Castle. Jeez, that bugs me because the Punisher's like almost my favorite, like one of my favorite characters. So anyway, his real name is Frank Castle, if you didn't know that. But yeah, basically, near like getting to the middle of the show, they're trying to find this agent called Agent Orange, and they end up finding out that it was the CIA agent that was in charge of Project Cerberus. So Frank tries to kill him too, and he ends up taking out one of the Homeland Security agents that was in charge of it. So as the show progresses, you kind of figure out just how deep Project Cerberus was and just how much they don't want it to be found out, and what they will do to protect themselves in order to stop it from being found by the general public. Anyway, Frank ends up being tracked by this guy named Micro, who was also taken out by Homeland Security and pronounced dead, even though he wasn't actually killed, and ends up hiding just like Frank. And so him and Frank end up teaming up together to work, and Frank does the killing while Micro does all the computer work and stuff like that. Anyway, his best friend Bill ends up finding the place and sends in soldiers from his company that he now has in the States called Anvil, where he trains people, and basically they're like mercenaries. They just do his dirty work sort of thing. Anyway, Agent Madani is the Homeland Security agent that's going through Castle's file, and she ends up getting close with Bill, and they end up having a relationship together. I'm not really sure whether she was doing it because she wanted to get close to Frank or what, but anyway, he ends up finding out that Frank Castle is alive again, so that's when he starts going after him, and there's a big huge fight scene in the place where Frank and Micro have been hiding, and he ends up killing most of Bill's soldiers. And then at the end of the show, it just comes down between Frank and Bill, and they have a big, huge fight on the merry-go-round, I guess that's what it's called, with the thing with the horses and the part. And Frank ends up pretty much beating Bill within like an inch of his life, and then Bill has to go into the hospital, and Frank calls Madani, and Madani gets shot in the head. She's in the hospital, but Frank did so much damage to Bill that they're not sure if he'll be able to remember, and they're not even sure if he'll look the same. And then it kind of goes into a shot in the hospital where he's got bandages wrapped all around his face. And yeah, so it's going to definitely be a good second season. And I'm hoping that they do a third season of the Daredevil, because the Punisher should be in that as well too. But yeah, the show was definitely good. Violent and really gory. So if you don't like violence or gore, or you're kind of like grossed out about blood, don't watch the show, because there's a lot of it in there. And I would definitely say that this was one of the Netflix shows that pushed the limits. Some scenes were almost as gory as The Walking Dead, if not worse. But yeah, definitely it's almost, if you've seen the show Banshee, this is almost like Banshee, where almost every fight Frank has, he's kind of like almost within like an inch of his life, and somehow ends up just being able to come back from it and somehow find a way to win, which I like that aspect, because it kind of shows that nobody is 100% invincible. But I mean, it's a hero, right? In a sense, he's a hero. He's kind of like a self-made hero, though. Like, he does it for himself, I suppose. He's not really doing it for anybody else. But I mean, it's possible that he could die if he wasn't saved, or certain people didn't do things for him sometimes, which is interesting, because a lot of the other superheroes just, super strength, super speed, bulletproof. This is a guy who can die easily, but takes the risk and reaps the rewards. That's just what the Punisher does. That's basically all I have to say. I've already rated the show. As always, link to my Instagram account below, so you can go vote on polls when I have them up, or give me a follow. Have a link to my Twitter account on here too, a link to my other channel. I promise the Brookie video is coming soon. Probably not today, but I do have next Friday off, so I may be able to do it then for you guys. I'm going to try to plan it for then, just to get that done. And that's it. I've gone over everything else in the intro, so I will leave it off here, and I will see you guys in the next review of Hellride. Bye-bye for now.